A Raisin in the Sun by Lorraine Hansberry. Welcome to the South Side of Chicago sometime after World War II. Meet Lena Younger, or Mama. Her husband died a few months ago. Meet Walter, Mama's son. He's married to Ruth, and they have a son, Travis. Beneath is Mama's daughter. She goes to college and wants to be a doctor. The entire Younger family lives in this really tiny and overused apartment. It sucks. A guy named Willie meets Walter at a bar and tells him to invest in the liquor store with him, and that'll make him rich. Walter is hooked. Life insurance money finally comes, and Walter begs Mama to use it to invest in the liquor store. Mama says no, and makes a down payment on the house. Walter's depressed now. Mama feels bad for making her son depressed, so she makes him the head of the family and gives the rest of the money to him. Walter invests all the money in the liquor store because why not? The homeowners association shows up and is like, hey, we don't want you here. We'll give you money. Walter then finds out that the liquor store investment was a scam, and that he lost all his money. Now everyone is sad because they're broke and aren't welcomed anywhere. The homeowners association comes back to buy the house. Younger say screw it and move anyways. Raisin in the Sun raises two key arguments. I'm funny. The first argument raised is that the true equality between all people cannot be achieved without drastic and bold changes. Despite the great advances that have already taken place in racial equality at this point in time, it is clear to see that there is still much to change. When Walter says, I drive a man around in his limousine and I say, yes sir, very good sir. That ain't no kind of job. Hansberry 73, showing how he is still slave to the rich white peasants. The Youngers are a proud family, but when they're faced with the choice to take a large step forward for equality, they start to fear it. We see here in this point in time, Ruth take charge saying, but we got to move. We got to get out of here, in Hansberry 139, to tell her family that this change is needed, lest they stay in the apartment and rot for the rest of their lives. The argument for bold steps towards change is concluded in the final act, where Walter tells the homeowners association that we have decided to move into our house, in Hansberry 148. Making the proper decision for the family to move forward toward equality and not be afraid of it. The second argument that Raisin in the Sun presents is that greed is what tears families apart and prevents us from seeing the big picture. At the start of the novel, we see Mama refer to a disconnect between her and her children when she says, there's something come down between me and them that don't let us understand each other. Hansberry 52. This disconnect is later revealed to be the greed of Walter that he puts his self-worth in, as revealed through his actions without money, as he becomes depressed and says, that's sad too. Everything is sad. Hansberry 105. Walter, who by the way is our protagonist, shows the dangers of greed, while also showing us the power of its abandon when he becomes the true head of the family and loses all his money. And rather than accept the money back on the house, he says, we don't want your money. Hansberry 148. Showing that he is now reconnected to his family and able to see clearly what is necessary in the larger scope of life. TLDR, A Raisin in the Sun by Lorraine Hansberry is a play about not being afraid of change, and to take risks to achieve it. That also warns to not let greed allow itself to become more important than your family.